Hey, you guys, it's Michelle Lopez, and today I have a very special guest named Elad Shmueli, and he's also known as the Art of Jalapeno on Instagram. He is a political cartoonist from Israel. He recently published a book called Games of New World Order, and I find his cartoons very interesting. He really describes what he calls the Matrix, like living life in the Matrix and being outside of it. And so we're going to just have a conversation with him today. He also recently was offered to do some cartoons for a Jewish newspaper. So that's pretty cool. So welcome, Elad.
Thank you very much for the introduction.
Yeah, it's
Thank
great to
you.
have you.
Hello, Michelle. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and great to meet you. So let me dive in. Let me just ask, like, how did you get started with drawing cartoons?
Okay, so my story is a little bit different because from the beginning, I wanted to draw political cartoons. So it's not something that just happened. I even didn't know how to draw till I was 26. I started only when I was 26. I studied animation, and for these studies, I needed to learn how to draw. And then after that, I started to develop the section of the political cartoons. That's in general. It's not something that just happened. I wanted that from the beginning.
Yeah. And I'm curious if you do you actually make your living off of drawing, or do you have like another job on the side, or how do you bring an income as a cartoonist?
Yeah, okay. So I'm teaching that. I'm teaching animation. I'm teaching animation and how to draw concept art, how to design cartoons. Not political, of course, because I'm teaching kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just teaching them like comics, how to press yourself, like how to show an idea, how to show something that you want that the people will know, like I don't know, some fact or something like that. It's very important in the world of the political cartoons that the viewer will understand exactly what you want to say, not more or less, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I noticed that your bio said something about my journey out of the Matrix. So um recently you've done a lot of cartoons about the war that's currently going on, but before that you were doing cartoons about like the Matrix. So can you explain what your definition of the Matrix is? Like what is that, and why should people understand that concept?
All right. So in general, you're right. Like before this war, I was only about New World Order and metrics and all those things that causing us to think things in order to make us slaves. Okay. So I still think like that, even though that I'm drawing about the war. Now it's hard because people saying now that I'm in that metrics because I'm taking a side of my country. I can understand that, but the thing is that they don't understand that the information that they have, it's the exact opposite of what we know here and and our reality. So for me, I was a minority in the Corona time, and I'm still minority now when I'm supporting my country. And I've lost like lots of followers because of that, and it's okay. I seriously, they can do whatever they want, but my duty is to draw what I think, even not for my people, for myself, only for myself. If I think something, I will say. Doesn't matter what's gonna be the price.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did notice that on your page before you started doing the war cartoons, that like you had lots of comments on just things like you would do cartoons on chemtrails, like they exist, like look up at the sky, and people just love those and they would comment. And I noticed like lots of engagement on your posts, and just like calling out the media for turning people's brains into mush, basically, like you said, causing us to think things that make us slaves. So that's the Matrix. That's like the media, the probably like big pharma, all these big organizations that are just giving us this information that's not really true, but it's like we think it's true, probably because of the repetition of it, right? And so
Exactly.
now people are accusing you of being in the matrix because you're sharing your side. Like you're based in Israel. I don't think I forgot to say that at the top of the interview, but yeah, can you just like tell us what it's like being in Israel right now? Like, were you born there also? And like, what is it like there?
Okay, so now we have like difficult days. We have a war, not in my city. It's in the south and in the north. We have lots of soldiers that right now staying in Gaza. They even invited me. The army invited me to come, but I can't. I didn't say that, but I had an injury 5 months ago, and I'm still recovering. You see, I'm working on that one. You
Oh,
see, I'm still injured,
yeah.
still recovering. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm still drawing like the way I used to. And the situation now is that we have hostages there. More or less, like half of them came back and half of them stay there. And it's very hard situation. I'll tell you what, Michelle, the thing is, I didn't want it to draw about this war. I didn't want it to draw about the conflict. I did my best to keep me away from this conflict because I knew that it's gonna hurt me. I knew it. But that's the situation. I love the fact that when I'm drawing something, there is like how can I say it? A collective agreement. Okay, let's say that yes, chemtrails, yes, government, they lying to you, pandemia, all those things. And now when I started to draw things that are more national, I don't have that support. But that's the way it is. Now I hear people that have like wrong facts about this place. So I just couldn't see it. I see comments, people that saying things that that you can see it in history. You can prove those things. So I said, why not? I will start to draw about the war and about this conflict. And it's not only about today. I'm drawing. If you saw my latest cartoons, I'm drawing about the entire conflict, about the roots, not only about today or about 1 month ago, about the roots, about 48, about before.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, first of all, I can't even imagine being like in a place that is there's a war going on. So when you say like difficult times, I mean, because I live in Arizona, which is in the United States, and I've never experienced war. So I'm like, really all I have is images from history books, from what other people tell me, from the news. And I like anytime the news is talking, I just assume it's fake. So I don't even look at that stuff. And so part of that is like I go to people like you to see what it like you actually live there, what is actually going on. And to see like different perspectives of it. But I'm not a political person, so I don't have like all the actual details of everything. But like just speaking generally, because from what I know, you're basically calling out a terrorist organization, right? And you're saying they should be stopped. And people are responding to that. Like they're getting very triggered by that and saying they're saying that you're implying something else. But I think like the bigger issue is like war doesn't work for humanity. Like war is a bad thing, right? Terrorism is a bad thing. And I don't know how to like summarize that as okay, this is a little message that we can all walk away with. If I was going to summarize it, I would probably think it was like love is the answer. But when you're dealing with the terrorists, they're not going to listen to that, right? They're not going to be like, oh, yeah, love's the answer, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult, and I'm criticizing a terror organization. I never criticized Arabs or Muslims or something like that. Only a terror organization, and that's why I was so surprised that they are against me. What do you want from me? I'm drawing against a terror organization that bad for you, for the citizens of Gaza as well. So I don't have any problem with the Gazan people. Okay, if it was not clear, so I'm saying this. I don't have any problem in any Arab or any other religion. My problem is with the terror organization, which is in our case it's Hamas. And I will be honest with you. I think that the Palestinians suffering more than the Israelis from Hamas, even more. They live there. We have like missiles from there, but we don't live there. But the Palestinian people, if they really want to live in a good life, I think that they need to change their leadership.
Yeah.
Seriously. I will give you another point. If you didn't know, or the viewers didn't know, Israel took out all the forces and all the settlements that was there before 2005. And after 2005, you don't have any Israelis there, okay? And since 2005, we started to get missiles to the south of Israel. So we said as Israelis, we did our part. We stepped out of Gaza. There is no territorial issues now. And what we got? Missiles. So it's something that you won't see on news. Nobody will represent it like me. But as an Israeli, I can tell you, we went out of Gaza 2005. And since then, check those numbers, how many missiles we got on south Israel and center of Israel. So for us, it's not a territorial issue. It's something that it's way more than that. If you saw the agenda of Hamas, you will understand that they don't want to live together. Again, I'm not talking about Palestinians. I'm talking about the leadership. In their leadership, the agenda is to wipe out all the Israelis, the Jewish from the land of Israel. And the song, it's not a song, it's like, it's a phrase, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. You know what it's mean? You know which river it's mean?
No, I don't.
It's Jordan. It's Jordan River to the sea, to the Mediterranean Sea, which it means, how can I say it? I don't know which word it's like, to get out all the Jewish from the land. And I don't think that people understand that when they say free Palestine, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. They don't understand the meaning. The meaning of that, it's another Holocaust.
Yeah.
That's the meaning, because it's saying that even not one Jewish can live here in the land of Israel. So, it's very sad to see like Europeans, Western people, okay, that we have same values, that they are saying those things. We have lots of values. We are Israelis. I know that we have lots of bad things that people think about us, but I'm sure that lots of people from the Western world met Israelis on trips. You know what I mean? Like in South America, Central America, maybe in the USA, in India. They people that like to party. They people that like to help. They people that like to enjoy. They are not looking for troubles. We're not looking for war. We just want to live. That's it. That's our only crime.
Right. Yeah. This is reminding me of when I was in college, I studied history. I studied Nazi Germany, and I always wondered, how was it that so many people could allow that to happen? And it kind of reminds me of this, is like, people, from what I am seeing on social media, is like people are kind of like acting like the people that allowed the Nazis to do what they do, and they rationalized it and justified it. And I mean, would you say that that's like part of the matrix? That's like their brains were so hypnotized and brainwashed just over and over again that they finally accepted like these ideas that were completely crazy, right?
Yes, exactly. I think that the matrix, part of the matrix, is to convince a group of people that something is not true, to make an endless war. And of course, if there is an endless war, for instance, now, instead of talking about New World Order and all those things that making us slaves, people talking about Israel and Palestine. It's taking the attention. Now, if people knew the truth, probably that they would talk about something else and not about this topic. But as long as people believe that we don't have any right to be here, it's a big, big problem, because it doesn't matter what's gonna happen. Even in you saw what happened in the October 7 in the party. You heard?
I saw, I don't even know what I've seen, but yeah, summarize it to me because I'm
Yeah,
certain.
I will give you like summarize 7 October 7. What there was the party, 3,000 people in one party, like in the nature, okay, not in a house or something. So they just arrived to that party. They killed people and kidnapped some of them. And you have like cities very close to the border, okay? So Hamas got in those cities. It's not a city, it's like small place, not big city, small place, village, okay, village. They enter to houses with families, mother, little children, father. Some of them killed, some of them kidnapped to Gaza. And that's in general what they did, okay? I don't want to get into the stories, but that's what happened. We had 1,400 people that killed, and another 240 more or less kidnapped to Gaza. I'm talking about children like 5 years old, 1 year old, 9 years old. So I don't know. I don't know how you can justify it. And people that are very brainwashed with that metrics that we don't have the right to be here, hey, it's your problem. They danced on the occupied land. So what do you expect? Like, it doesn't matter what's gonna happen. It's your fault. You are on occupied land. It's not your place. Go some other place. And I can't hear that. I can't hear that. I can't. I will lose all my popularity. I don't care. I will explain whatever need to be explained. It's madness. It's just madness. People don't know history. You know what? Not history, Bible, history, something. Like people that going with something that they believe. It's very easy to support the weak. I made a cartoon of that it's so easy to you hear a story, okay, who's the strong? You are the strong, so I support him. Doesn't matter what happened. Doesn't matter. Even if the guilty is on the weak one. Now we need to deal with that. We need to deal that we have a very strong army. So it doesn't matter what they are going to do. The fault will always be in our side. And it's very, very depressing.
That's unimaginable. I did see some things about that. I wasn't attaching it to that specific date, but I did see some very disturbing things on Twitter, and so I'm not going to describe them in detail, but yes.
Yeah, in general. We talk in general.
And like I remember when something like this happened, when the September 11th attacks happened, and kind of around that era, like I remember seeing some very dark shit on the internet. So like beheadings, I watched all that when I was like in my 20s. I was very disturbed by that. And I saw it again recently, like in the last couple months. And I didn't want to let it into my heart. Like I saw it and I was like, this doesn't even make sense. Like I can't even translate this. Like this is not what human beings should be doing to each other. This is like barbaric, right? And I don't know how to solve that. Like, how do you solve that? Like you said, there needs to be a change in leadership. I'm of the belief that it's like live and let live. People should be able to live their lives and do whatever they want as long as it's not hurting other people. If you're hurting other people, I mean, that goes against life itself, right? So
it's against God.
Yeah, it's against God. God is for more life. God is like, he wants people to live their life and be happy and healthy and productive and reproduce and multiply and fill the earth and all that good stuff. And as a political cartoonist, like I'm not sitting here being like, well, what's the solution, Elad? How do we solve this? It's almost like an unsolvable problem, right? It's a war that keeps going on. But I guess my question is like, what is your goal with these cartoons? Like, what do you want people to do? What do you want me to do? I'm sitting there looking at your cartoons and I'm just like, damn, this is crazy. And it's like, what can we actually do to help the situation?
Okay, so in general, I think that the awareness, that's the key. Because if now you take 100 people that doesn't know that something is wrong, okay, and they still do that thing because somebody told them, some doctor, some other authority. So you have a different situation when those 100 people knows the truth. They won't cooperate. The system works without any, how can I say that, without any resistance, okay? All of us work, right? We're going to work, we pay tax, we do everything without any resistance. Why? Because here in our mind, we understand that that is life. That's the way it is, right? That's life. Life is hard. Now, if all those people knew that there is another
Oh, you froze. Are you still there?
way, I promise you that life was different. So I'm trying to have the option to say no, because if not, yeah, I'm here. Yeah. 1 second. Okay, so I'm saying that awareness, okay, awareness, it's the key to release us from this. Palestinian-Israeli issue, okay, it's not that, it's bigger than that. And if you talk about Israel, it's another restriction, how you say that they take your attention to some other place.
Distraction.
While they are, distraction, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the word, distraction. Okay. So my main goal is to create awareness. In general, I want that people will understand that there it's possible, like something different, not those life that you need to work all day and you have only the weekends and everything is very expensive and you need to work all your life only for a house and all those things. It's bullshit. Seriously, I'm saying it's bullshit because all those things could be for free. What? When you are dead, you're taking the house with you, right? You don't take the house with you when you're dead. So why you need to pay all your life for a house?
Interesting.
So
yeah.
In general, that's that's what I'm trying to do and when people will be aware, all those conflicts between countries, it will be like very not important. Each person will think about himself, about his family, about things that are higher than nationality. Now I don't have a choice. Now I know I'm making cartoons nationality, but I don't have other choice now because lots of people are stuck in the matrix that we don't have a right to be in that land. And it's very, very upsetting. Very, very. That I'm staying like in the land of my fathers and they telling me that I don't have the right to be here. Okay, no problem. I will prove it to you. I will make a series of cartoons to show you. Doesn't matter if you're gonna stay with one follower. I was willing to lose all my followers. Michelle, you believe me?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I believe you. Absolutely.
Seriously, all of them. All of them. If you are supporting a terror organization, I don't want you to be on my page. And I'm very sorry. I love everybody. But no, that's my line. That's my line. If you justifying rape, kidnapping of babies, of children, so don't be in my page. I don't want you to be in my page.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously. Doesn't matter what.
And speaking of that, so this is another question I was going to ask you. You have about 16,000 followers on your Instagram, and you said that
I had 18.
Yeah, you lost 2,000. So you previously had 18.
Yeah, well,
so
but it's okay.
These are all the apparently pro-terrorist people that just couldn't stand your content in the last few weeks. So transitioning to like a very less heated topic, but how did you grow your Instagram following?
It was during the Corona. I started with 400. I had 400 followers before the corona, and I had some cartoons before. It's not that I didn't draw before. I drew, but I don't know. It didn't move. I had like 10 likes, 15 likes. If it was very good, 35 likes. That was crazy. And then I started to draw about the corona, and lots of people started to make shares in Instagram. And I'm starting to see like lots of new followers. And it was a time that I increased within 1 year, more or less. I had like something like 14,000, 15,000 after 1 year. And that's it. Since then, like the rhythm, it's like slower because it's a different time.
Yeah.
It was crazy in the
Yeah.
corona. It was very crazy because all the humanity was unite. So
Yeah, I followed you. I think it was around 2020, around that time, because I remember seeing someone repost one of your cartoons, and I was like looking at your page, and I'm like, this is really good stuff. He gets it. And something you said earlier about like increasing awareness among people is when people have awareness, they won't cooperate with, the agenda that's going on. So I love that part, because if you have like a population of people that just won't cooperate with your BS, your agenda falls apart, right? And you can't get anywhere with it. So that's really cool. But yeah, it is interesting to me how people flipped on you once you started writing or drawing these more political cartoons. I guess the ones before were political, but these cartoons that are more about the current war that's going on. Like I was like, I saw this on your page, like people just, I'm unfollowing and this and that. And it's really interesting how the switch in their mind, like that just happened. And I guess, they're free to do what they want to do, but that's cancel culture for you right there. If they don't agree with what you're doing, they'll cancel you just right there on the spot. And it's like, well, good for you. I'm still gonna create these cartoons. I'm gonna keep going, right?
yes, exactly. I'll tell you what, I saw what happened in the first cartoon that I just started, and the people was shocked. Oh my God, what are you doing? Like, it's you, Jalapeno? Somebody is using your account? Are you sure that it's you? And I saw unfollow, unfollow. Oh, right, I'm unfollow. So I said, okay, no problem. I will make another one. Let's see what's gonna happen. And another one, and another one. I will say whatever I want. And I saw that with the time, the radical, let's say the radical people that doesn't want to matter which proof that you'll show them, they will say no. The Jewish controlling the world, Zionists, all those things. And I'm a conspiracy theorist as well. Don't forget that. I still think that the corona it was a hoax.
Yeah.
And I know that the government doesn't help you with nothing. I know that the two parties are together, controlled by one person. I know those things. I still think like that. And you know what? I'll tell you another thing. My country, Israel, okay, my country controlled 100% by the New World Order. I know that. It's not something that I don't know, and I said it all the way from cartoon one. I said it. But the fact that Hamas is controlling Gaza and what is happening because of that is create an endless war. So it doesn't matter if my government cooperate with the other party or whatever. There is a terror organization that making lots of bad things for us and for them. So that's my main goal. I'm doing my best, like to show to the people that Hamas it's not a freedom fighters. It's very funny that there is people that actually think that Hamas it's freedom fighters. It's insane. They raped all the girls before they kidnapped them. You know stories that it's so hard, but check those things. I don't want to talk. And you know what? See the girls that they kidnapped. Take a look on the pants. Okay, take a look on the pants, which color you have there, and you will understand what happened there, which is disgusting. It's disgusting. You know what? If Hamas was attacking only soldiers, doesn't matter, killing all the soldiers of Israel, okay? I was silenced. No word. But because they went on citizens, on people that went to party, like this is not I don't know how to say it in English, but it's not an action of a hero. It's an action of a coward. If you're a real man, go to soldiers, not to people that now dancing or to a mother that cooking now in the house. So that's it. I flipped as well. Nothing gonna change my mind. I will fight Hamas as long as they are exist, and in Hezbollah and Iran that operating them. I will fight everybody. Doesn't matter how much it's gonna cost me. Before everything, I'm with my people. Before everything, people need to understand that. They expecting from me for what? First of all, I'm with my people, with the place that I grew up. So I don't know what they're upsetting on me. So yeah, and I told you, Michelle, even if I'm gonna stay with one follower, with 0 followers, doesn't matter for me. Most important that I will say whatever I think. If not, I'm closing the page. There is no meaning to the page if I'm not saying what I think, or I'm afraid that people won't gonna like me or something like that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to do that. So I admire you for sticking to your side of the story basically and sharing it. So all I can say is keep doing it.
Even if I'm wrong,
Yeah, even if you're wrong. Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not God. I'm not always right, but I'm with my people. I'm with my people definitely. Nothing gonna change that. And I know who is Hamas. I know they are bad for their people as well. That's what I'm saying, which is super, super important to the people to understand. You know that you cannot be gay in Gaza? It's not conspiracy theorist. You have like very strict laws of Islam there. Again, I don't have a problem with Islam, but I have problem that now if somebody made an error, how you say that? I forgot to say. Foul, yeah.
A mistake?
Like let's say you did a mistake that is not in the list of the I don't know, the Bible of the Quran, whatever it's, what's their name, but they can kill you, you know. If you now without forgot the name, they can just kill you. And guys, there is a limitation to what you can accept, even though that it maybe sound a bit racist. I don't care, but that's what they does. You can check those things. I'm not inventing that. You as a woman can be killed because now you spoke with another man and you are married or something. Where we are living in? What is it? In Israel, you won't see those things. Never. We are like super liberals here. We have like lots of gays, lots of people from those communities. They can live here, they can do whatever they want. They even, I don't want to get into it too much, but see the differences. You want another difference? I'll tell you something, Michelle. When Hamas came to the villages in the south, they killed everything. Like, I mean, people and dogs, also dogs. You can check those things. Again, I'm not gonna show you everything. If it's interesting somebody, they can just enter to Google and check those things. When the Israelis entered to Gaza, they saved. So obvious. Even though that it's a dog of Palestinians, so what? It's a dog. He didn't do nothing to nobody. So in that way, you can clearly see the differences between the values of the people.
Yeah.
People that are coming to save and people that are coming to kill everything they see.
That's just it's horrific. Yeah, it's a complete clash of values. Like to root for that.
Think that you have a dog. You have it now in your house. They killed you. They killing the dog. But what he did, what he's Jewish, what he did something. He voted for IDF. What he did. So you understand. You understand. It's so clear. So clear. You know how many dogs IDF saved from north of Gaza? You can't imagine. And people that's listening now, please check what I'm saying. Check it. Don't take what I'm saying for granted. Okay? Please, any word that I'm saying, every fact, check it, and you'll see. And you'll see where are the values are, who you supporting are. So upsetting, Michelle. So upsetting.
I can't even imagine.
It's so clear, and people are so blind.
Especially with the dogs, like I can't even fathom that. Like I love animals.
The dog's giving you some understanding, like the values of the people. If you want to understand, you will understand. If you don't want to understand, you want to hate. It's okay. But if you want to know the reality, you can see it. It's so clear.
Yeah, I see it. I see it now. Well, is there anything that you want to leave everybody with, Elad? Like you've already given so much insight, and I so appreciate you sharing your side of everything. Because I think we need to hear it. I think it's super interesting. It's like obviously very different from what most people are used to hearing. But is there anything that you want to leave people with as we wrap this up?
Yes, of course. I will be very happy if people will check facts. Check facts, guys, and not manipulate facts. Check facts. Check couple of sources, not only one. Check Bible. Check history. Check check books. Check like several of sources. The fact that somebody is coming to say the Israelis making genocide. You saw the cartoon that I made on the genocide? You saw it?
Yeah.
There is two people. One of say Israel committed genocide. You saw it? And the other guy just point on the board, and you can see like technically genocide means that the population is going down, is decreasing. I'm not saying that it's heaven, but don't use those terms. Don't use it because it's harming history. It's harming people that really had a genocide, like the Jewish in the Holocaust. Like there is more stories of Holocaust, not only the Jewish. But when you're using that term, genocide, for what? For what? Take a look at the numbers. Take a look at the population from 67 for today. If it was a genocide, you would see decreasing of population. So people, please check the terms that you're saying. Check facts. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Which river? Which sea? I can bet with you, Michelle, that take 10 people that ask them which river, which sea, they won't know what you're talking about. They just sing from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Which river, which sea, you don't know. You're just repeating what they told you. So that was the last thing that I wanted to say. Please, people, for you, step out the metrics.
Yeah. Check your facts, step out of the matrix. Don't just rely on fact checkers. Yeah. They manipulate for sure. All right, awesome. Well, this was just a great conversation. Thank you again, Elad, for sharing. And you guys check out his Instagram if you're not already familiar, The Art of Jalapeno. And I'll put a link to that on this page wherever it shows up. So thank you again. And thanks you guys for watching. And I hope you got some value out of it. I didn't want to like create something that's just going to, create more divisiveness. I wanted to bring this interview to people to like help them see that there are other perspectives. It's not just like one ultimate perspective. There are other people. There are other ways of viewing life, of viewing war, of viewing conflict. And it's okay. Like we can all have our own viewpoint. That's totally fine. And I just appreciate you for coming on here. So thank you, Elad.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much, Michelle.